All right, we're starting our program for flexing and releasing the lower back and for stretching. Here we go. We start with the cat and dog. So take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, draw the abdominals up, tuck the tailbone under, and go into your angry cat. Then lengthen the abdominals as you inhale and release that lower back into happy dog. And again, exhale, contract, a nice tight lift through the middle, and then lengthen the abdominals and opening all the way to where the neck extends. And come up for 3. Good. And you're in a quadruped position. Joints are stacked, hips over knees, shoulder joint over wrist joint. And release. Try not to shift your weight back and forth. Last one, number 5. And that's your first of the dog series. The next dog is bird dog. Go to neutral spine, extend the right leg out onto the mat, pull into your powerhouse and lift that leg up. Now extend the opposite hand out and up and lift the arm off the mat. And now count your bird ducks. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Come back into quadruped. Set up into your bracing. Extend the left leg out onto the mat. Pull into your powerhouse. Lift that leg up. When you're balanced, extend the opposite hand out and up. And now count your bird dogs. Count 1 duck, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back to all fours and go into your rest pose. So open the knees if you needed. Extend the arms out to a full extended rest pose. Try to get the hips as close to your heels as possible. And then prepare to go into downward facing dog. So draw your arms in for tighter hamstring people. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the hips up and send them away from your center and lower both heels down. Start with walk the dog. Bend one knee and lift one heel up. Good. And 2 heels up, 1 heel down, walking the dog. Really stretch. It's okay to drop into your hip to stretch those legs. And then center yourself, bring both heels up, and drive both heels to the ground. Keep your lift in your abdominals. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Now preparing to go into your 1-minute core plank. Come down to your knees. Go down to the forearms. Clasp your hands. And you're going to extend one leg out, the other leg out, and lower the hips for your 1-minute plank. Now you can keep the feet together. That would be harder, closer into your center. If you're not able to maintain the plank, you can open the legs up slightly so that you have your weight more dispersed. Focus on the breathing and keeping and maintaining that proper position. Keep drawing the powerhouse through the abdominals in and up. Keep lengthening the tailbone under. Good. Just keep that breath flowing. Maintain a good, stable, long, lengthened plank. Be sure your focus is straight down to your fist and that you keep that position. Good. And then as you get towards the end of your 1-minute hold, you can lift one leg in the air for more of a hip stabilization. Be sure that the hips don't open. Both hip bones are pointing straight to the mat. Change, go back to 2 feet, and then lift the other leg up. And hold, and then come down, and for your last few seconds you can just shift the weight back and forth. Be sure that you stay in the same long plank position. Nicely done. And then release, come down to your knees, and you're going to right away turn over onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, and we're preparing for your Pilates sequences. Use a small pillow underneath your head to lengthen your neck. All right, start with both feet down on the mat. Hands are on the mat, arms are long and extended, and we begin with knee folds. First of all, draw your abdominals in without changing your pelvis position. Lift your right knee up and float it over your right hip. And then draw into your abdominals before you lift the second knee up. And then bring the first leg back down, bracing the abdominals. Don't let the back arch, and bring the other leg down. And reverse it. First leg up, second knee up over the hip. Bring that foot down, keeping the abs braced. Bring the second foot down, and again, bring it up, and bring it up. Lower with control, lower with control. And last set, bring it up. Now we go into toe dips. Lower one foot down towards the mat, and bring that knee back up over the hip, alternating legs for 10. And good. And down for 3, and only lower as far as you can control. And 6, keeping that waistline melted into the mat. When you finish your 10th one, hug your knees into your chest and tailbone comes up. Release that low back. Then right away, set yourself for the 100 beats position from tabletop. Lengthen the neck, lift out, up, and over. Look at your powerhouse and start your pumps and breathing. Pump 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong breath in and even stronger breath out. Good. Third breath, keeping that focus up and over on your core and always having your toes a little higher than your knees. Good. Try to keep the hip flexors relaxed and let the work be in your powerhouse. Good. All the way through, 10 breaths, 100 beats. Strongly pump those arms, a little bit stronger, 6 to 8 inches above the abdominal wall, and maintain your stability. Good. Finish your last few breaths till you complete the 10. Good. Hug those knees into the chest, lay the head down, turn the head from right to left for a release. And then put yourself in your position for your roll up. So put the feet on the mat, extend the legs long, flex the feet, toes to the ceiling, reach your arms over your head, and now peel off the mat. Roll up and over towards your toes, and then pull the waistline back down to the mat, imprinting the spine. And 2 roll-ups, up and over, and pull under, peeling off the mat to come up, and rolling back into the mat. You can always soften the knees to be able to get into the low back. And good, and lower down. And then finish your last one. Good. Put the hands down on the mat. Bend your knees to go into a bridge to release your pelvis position. So feet under. You want to do a boost up. So in one movement, boost the hips up into the air using the gluteals and the back of the hamstrings. Hold that position. Keep that nice and strong. Have a straight line from your knee to your hip bone to your shoulder is ideal. Take a new breath in. As you exhale, pull your spine down into the mat, bone by bone, from the top of the back, middle back, waistline, tailbone, rock to neutral position. Do that again. Squeeze the glutes and boost up in 1 count. Hold that position for 3, for 2, for 1, and then roll down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and release. Last bridge. Squeeze and lift up. Keep pushing through the heels, push through the glutes. Keep that position. And then lower down, articulating 1, 2, 3, coming down. Good. Now hug the knees into the chest, and you're going into a stretch sequence. We start off with the feet flat on the mat. Good. The first one is a lumbar twist. So put the arms in a V and bring your right toe up to the other knee. Take a breath in. As you exhale, fall towards the leg in a lumbar twist. Let your back release. Let your shoulder release. Fall all the way over. Let that knee dip down as far as possible. And then take the bottom hand and place it on top. And as you press that down gently to give a deeper stretch, pull back on your right shoulder and let it press into the mat for a nice lumbar stretch. And then use your abdominals to roll onto your back again. Keep that leg up. For your IT band stretch, cross the upper inner thighs and cross the leg over upper inner thighs. Put both hands on the mat. Squeeze the thighs together and then fall away from the leg. Let yourself fall over. And then once you arrive, take a moment to take that top leg and just press down to extend that IT band out and stretch. And then last stretch of the sequence, you roll onto your back again into your number 4 stretch. Lift the bottom leg up and thread your arms through around that leg. And if you can, bring your head up for a deeper stretch. And if you can, extend the bottom leg up for an even deeper stretch. Good. Bring both feet down to the mat and bring yourself to the starting position to go to the other direction. Good. Arms in a V. Bring that other toe up to the other knee. Take a breath in. As you exhale, fold over and fall towards the leg and let that knee cross the body and dip down. Once you arrive safely, that left shoulder should come off a little bit. Put your hand on top of the leg. At the same time, pull that left shoulder back to the mat and extend that lower lumbar stretch. Use abdominals to draw back into the center. Good. Take that top leg and cross the upper inner thighs over. Take another breath in and fall away from the leg for your IT band stretch. Fall away. When you arrive, take some energy, press down on that top leg, and push that bottom leg and lengthen that IT band. And then again, roll onto your back using abdominals. Go to the number 4 position. Thread your arms around that hamstring and bring your head up for a deeper stretch. If you can't reach your leg, you can always use a towel to extend your position. And extend the top leg up for a deeper stretch. And now we go into your hamstring stretch series using a yoga strap. Good. So start with your leg up, and we're going to do just 2 deep stretches using your breath. First of all, your center hamstring. So take a breath in. As you exhale, just pull that band with a strong, consistent stretch as you let that breath out. Then as you inhale, soften up a little bit and release it back. Exhale, draw it again towards you. Try not to tuck the tailbone under. Try to keep your pelvis as neutral as possible. Now rotate the foot inward slightly and pull again for a little different hamstring stretch. Good, more lateral stretch. And then release and do it a second time. Exhaling as you always do the stretch, no jerking. And then rotate the foot, external rotation, a little bit outwards, and repeat with 2 more deep stretches. If you're able to open the hip out slightly, you can do a full hip external rotation. Good. And change to the other leg. Same hamstring stretch sequence. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale as you bring that foot towards your nose and work through that center hamstring. And release. Exhale again. Draw it towards you. Gentle, deep stretches. Good. And then a rotation outward. And a rotation the other way. Now for an additional stretch, keep the foot in that strap. You can do the open the door and close the door stretch. So if you can slide the bottom leg down a little bit, you can open this leg out to the side. This would be a more advanced stretch. Good, hold the strap with the opposite hand. And you want to anchor down the right hip. Try not to go with the movement, keep your pelvis centered. And then for a deeper IT band stretch, take that leg across, change hands, hold the strap with the other hand, straighten the bottom leg if possible, let the hip come off, reach to the high diagonal, and then pull back on that hip and anchor it to get an IT band stretch. And then use your abdominals, come back to the center, put the strap on the other leg, and try that advanced stretch on the other leg. Good. Open that leg out to the side. Be sure that as you do, you put energy on that opposite hip to anchor it down. And then always use abdominals to bring it back to center. Cross over, change hands, stretch the bottom leg out, let the hip come off for the IT band stretch, and then pull back on that hip and anchor it back. Come back to the center, release the strap, hug your knees into your chest, and finish with a low back release. Rock from side to side. You can put your hands underneath your hamstrings and interlace fingers, and you can rock gently from elbow to elbow and just massage that lower back to finish.